to one and all. So the daily 7 p.m. live which is present, the daily 7 p.m. live has been shifted for the convenience of the aspirants who are preparing. So the 7 p.m. live has got shifted to 8:30 p.m. live. So instead of 7 p.m. live, daily I'll be coming up with the subtopics 8:30 p.m. live. Clear? So let's crack UPSC CSE in English with Unacademy. And my name is Vijay Kumar and I have 5 years of teaching experience for civil services. And I have appeared for civil service interview more than like twice, and I have written my mains examination more than couple of times. So I may be a failure in this examination, but I have huge amount of knowledge regarding with the civil services. So please do focus on those concepts which I teach daily live, so that you will be able to crack your preliminary examination. So until preliminary examination, daily live, I'll be getting up those topics which are very much important for you for preliminary examination itself. Clear? And today's topic is Peninsular River System Part 3. So in the earlier lectures, I have discussed about part 1 and part 2, and this would be the part 3, which would be involved with the west flowing rivers towards the Arabian Sea. Before that, let me introduce Crack UPSC CSE with India's largest learning platform, that is with Unacademy. So if you get the subscription done, you can get the unlimited live and recorded courses from the India's best educators. So how to get the subscription done? Just open the Play Store, and immediately once you open the Play Store, just click on Unacademy Learning app and just install that. And immediately once the app is installed, open the home page, you will be redirected, and the subject, like the course which you are going to take, it may be UPSC CSE, it may be Staff Selection Commission, or it may be banking, or it may be any other examination. You can crack it with India's largest learning platform. So before you get the subscription done, if you want to see how the classes actually run, you can go and watch the special classes over there. So you will have a separate column called as special classes. So you can just go there and you can watch, so that you will understand how the classes would be running on this particular platform. So if you get the subscription done, what are the things which you are going to get that you will be having doubt? So you would be getting daily live classes. Like most people think that the online classes would be of one-way communication, but here you can chat with the educator, you can engage in the discussions, you can ask your doubts, and answer polls would be there. All happens while the class is going on. And apart from this, you will find live test series and quizzes which can evaluate your preparation, so that you can boost up your preparation from the place where you stand. Apart from this, you can see some of the structured courses which generally happen on this platform. It's not like randomly educators come and teach. An educator will prepare a structured course. Like for say, if I am going to teach geography of GS paper 1, I'll prepare a structured course for you for upcoming 1 month or 2 months, and I'll start teaching you daily at the same time, so that you can plan your preparation accordingly. And the most beautiful thing of this Unacademy platform is you can get unlimited access to it. Clear? So it's not like once you have watched the video, you will be unable to see those videos. It's not like that. You will get unlimited access. You can see the same lecture for n number of times. So for example, let's say you have missed the live lecture, you can also see the recorded courses on this particular platform. Clear? So coming along with this top educators, like if you see Sudarshan Gujar, Ayush Sanghi, Prakash Kumar, Runal Patel sir, all these top educators from India are gathered on this one single platform, that is Unacademy, who teaches some of the awesome lectures on this platform. You can watch these particular lectures on special classes as well. So try to follow them on special classes. You will understand how efficient all the educators would be. Like you will be finding more than 80 educators on this Unacademy platform only for UPSC CSE. So you can think how much depth they are going to teach, and as usually you can learn the same subject from multiple educators on this platform. This is also one of the best advantage which you have. And see, these are the things of special classes, as I've already mentioned. So once you open the app, you will find a separate column with that of special classes. Just click on that, you can watch it for free, so that you will understand what actually and how the Unacademy runs, and how the PPTs would be adjusted over there, and how the general discussion happens, and how the answer polls would be created on that particular platform. If you see this, you will directly get the confidence on Unacademy that with this platform you can crack this civil services very easily. Clear? So along with that, you can also see the upcoming courses which are going to come on the platform. Like, you can design your plan, you can create your plan on this platform. Like upcoming course, for example, let's say optional is going to start in the next month of like April, let's assume in this way, and you can start right away reading geography optional. Like, you can start reading the basic books before the course starts, so that you will have a good knowledge and grip when the educator would be teaching on this platform. Clear? So for the subscription to done, these are the minimum amount which you have to pay. Like per month it is 7,200, and 3 month 18,000, 6 month 28,800, and 12 month it is 36,000, and for 24 month it is 43,200. See, here you are getting 10% off. This 10% off you will only get when you use this code called as VK10. So once you click on this promo code and you click on the apply button, you will be redirected towards proceed to pay with this discounted prices. These are the discounted prices. See, and people who are planning to take for 12-month subscription, I generally suggest them to go for 24-month. Why? Because see, if you see the variability or the price difference between 12-month and 24-month, it is 36,000, and for 24-month it is 43,200. So initially, while you get the subscription done, better go with 24-month. Clear? Let's start the discussion. In this lecture, we will be discussing about excuse me. In this lecture, we would be discussing about the west flowing rivers. The west flowing rivers of peninsular India are fewer, and they are very smaller as compared to that of eastern counterparts. If you might have seen the east flowing rivers like that of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. So if you compare these west flowing rivers with that of east flowing rivers, they would be fewer and they would be smaller. If I say it would be the true aspect, like 90% of the peninsular rivers, they move towards the east. They flow towards the east and they drain into Bay of Bengal. And there are very least which flow towards the west and which drain into Arabian Sea. If you see the two major west flowing rivers which are present, they are Narmada and Tapti. So these are the most important rivers. Apart from this, we have Sabarmati, Mahi, Luni, Sharavati, Netravati, Periyar, Pamba, Mandovi, Zuari. Like in this way, we have ample amount of rivers. But these two are the major west flowing rivers which are highly important for us according to the examination perspective. Clear? And if you see this exceptional behavior is why we have this exceptional behavior of the river courses is like these rivers did not form valleys and instead they flow towards faults. This is the most important point. So fault, near to the fault area, what is fault? We would be discussing that in geomorphology. It's simply nothing but a space between two rocks which has been generated because of the endogenetic forces. So in the rift valleys, generally these rivers would be flowing. So I'll show the Narmada river picture. You will be understanding like what actually is a rift valley. And these rivers instead they flow through faults created due to the bending of northern peninsula during the formation of process of Himalayas. Do remember this point, most valid point. And apart from this, as I have said, the rest of the rivers like Sabarmati, Mahi, Luni are other peninsular rivers which flow westwards, but they doesn't have that significance how these Narmada and Tapti rivers would be having. So apart from this, hundreds of small streams originating in Western Ghats flow swiftly westward and join Arabian Sea. And if you start remembering all the 100, it will take you 1 year. So no need to waste the time, only try to focus on Narmada and Tapti. So peninsular rivers which flow into the Arabian Sea, they generally do not form deltas, because in the last lectures when we have seen the Mahanadi, the Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, all the rivers were creating delta. But the peninsular rivers which are flowing into the Arabian Sea, they doesn't form the delta, because for delta to be formed, there are certain conditions which are to be present for the formation of delta. One is we should have longitudinal course of river so that it can collect the sediments and it can deposit and form a delta. And the river has to carry huge amount of medium sediments, like the sedimental size should be medium, so that if it is very small, it directly drains down into the sea. And the volume of water should be very high, so to carry this medium amount of sediments. So in this way, there are certain conditions which create the deltas, and if those conditions are not satisfied, deltas are not formed. And that is the reason why the rivers which are flowing into this Arabian Sea, they doesn't create delta, rather they create estuaries. Moreover, if you see, the tributaries of these rivers are very small and hence they don't contribute any siltation, the sediments which are required for the delta formation. Hence these rivers are unable to form distributaries or a delta before they enter sea. So what is an estuary? You can see here, see the river is coming and directly it is jumping into the sea. So here no such kind of delta has been formed. So see, this is the zone which is called as an estuary. This is the zone which is called as an estuary. Clear? So estuaries have huge importance. If you see on the western side of India, you will be finding such kind of huge amount of estuaries. Please try to remember this pictorial representation so that whenever it comes in examination, it would be very easy for you to remember. So here no distributaries, large volume of water are not present, sedimental deposition is not happening, directly the water are entering into the sea. If you see the importance, estuary is partially enclosed body of water. See, it is partially enclosed body of water along the coast where fresh water from the rivers and streams meet and mixes with the salt water from the ocean. Do remember this direct definition, you can write it in your mains examination as well. Estuaries and the land surrounding them are places of transition from land to sea and from fresh water to salt water. So these estuaries which are present, they would be generally having the combination of fresh water and salt water presence. Do remember, highly important, estuaries, they have huge amount of ecological significance. The primary productivity which we generally read, which we generally study in the ecological pyramids, that primary productivity in these estuaries are very, very high. And if you see, fishing is dominant occupation around estuaries. Most of the estuaries are good bird sanctuaries as well. So please try to remember some of the bird sanctuaries which are present near to that of estuaries, if you could see. So whenever these estuaries are present, they would be influenced by the tides and they are protected from the full force of oceanic waves, winds and storms by such landforms as barrier islands or peninsulas. Do remember this. Estuaries make some good port areas. That's why the western India has some amount of good number of ports located over there. And you can see at the world level, the New York harbor is at the mouth of Hudson River. Marmagoa port in the Goa is at the mouth of Zuari River and the Mandovi River. Do remember this. These are the two rivers which move in the Goa region. And tidal sheltered waters of estuaries also support unique communities of plants and animals. So biodiversity is also very, very huge. And estuaries generally, when you see, they benefit tourism obviously, and also they generate recreational activities. So salt marsh grasses and other estuarine plants also help prevent erosion and stabilize shorelines like mangroves. Now let's see the most important west flowing river, that is Narmada. If you could see, as I have said, the west rivers which are present, they move in the linear rift valley. So between the Vindhyas and Satpuras ranges, we have the rift valley formation, and between this rift valley formation, we have this particular river which flows, that is Narmada River. Do remember this, Narmada River generally moves in between the Vindhyas and Satpura range. So if you see some of the factual information which you have to remember on Narmada river is like Narmada river, it is the largest west flowing river of peninsular India. And it flows from, and Narmada river, it originates from Amarkantak Plateau, the most important one. And the Narmada flows westwards through a rift valley which is present between Vindhyan range on the north and Satpuran range. So do remember this geographical location as well. Between Vindhyas and Satpuras we have movement of this Narmada river, and to the south of Satpuras we have Tapti river which generally moves. Clear with this? And as I've said, like it originates near Amarkantak Plateau in Madhya Pradesh at some moderate elevation of 1057 meters. So Narmada basin extends in general in the states of Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Maharashtra and Chhattisgarh. Do remember the basin area, they may ask you this even. And this Narmada river, it is bounded by Vindhyas on the north as usually, Maikal range in the east. You can see the Maikal range clear which would be present in the east once you open the atlas, and Satpuras on the south, and by the Arabian Sea on the west. So if you calculate the total length of this Narmada river, the total length from its source of origin towards in Amarkantak towards its estuary near to that of Gulf of Kambat region, it is 1310 kilometer. So finally, Narmada river originating from Amarkantak Plateau, it moves and it enters into the Gulf of Kambat regions. So if you could see the Narmada river, the hilly regions are in the upper part of the basin and the lower middle reaches are broad and fertile areas which are well suited for cultivation. If you see the most important area, Jabalpur, which is the only important urban center in this basin, and the river slopes which are present down near Jabalpur where it cascades, a small waterfall, especially one in the series is called as Cascade. Clear? Just 1 minute. Sorry, there was some issue. Clear? Do remember, so the Jabalpur which is present, that is the only important urban center in this basin. So apart from this, if you see, it creates the Duadar falls, like a cloud of mist like appearing happens in this region, that is present on this Narmada river. Hope many a times the Narmada Bachao Andolan has been in news. Nowadays it is not been in news, so this importance has been reduced, but there are huge chances that we would be getting like questions from these particular regions. Clear? So since the gorge is composed of marble, it is known as marble rocks, and there are also several islands in the estuary of Narmada, of which Alia is the largest one. Do remember this, there are several islands in this region where Alia region is the largest one. And if you see the tributaries, since the river flows through a narrow valley, they are confined by precipitous steep hills, it doesn't have many tributaries. There are some tributaries which are notably not important, but just as per your information I am giving you. So the right bank tributaries are Hatni river, which has one of the most importance towards this Narmada river. Apart from this, the Ursang, the Barna and Kolar, these are the next most important tributaries. And if you see, the left bank tributaries drain the northern slopes of Satpura range and join Narmada. And if you see the major hydropower projects which are developed on this river is Indira Sagar, and the most important, that is Sardar Sarovar Dam. When this dam was constructed, there were many social issues which are associated with it. On and often the Sardar Sarovar Dam was in news. So like the rehabilitation of the people, whereby because of construction of this dam has happened, that hasn't been fulfilled, and many a times these particular projects which are present on Narmada river, they would be on news. Clear? So in this way, the Tapti river, here Tapti is the second largest west flowing river of peninsular India, and it is also called as twin or handmaid of Narmada river. It originates near Multai Reserve Forest in Madhya Pradesh. Clear? And if you see, it flows about somewhere around 724 kilometer before entering into Arabian Sea through the Gulf of Kambat region. Do remember this point. Clear? And the Tapti river, along with its tributaries, flows over the plain regions of Vidarbha, Khandesh and Gujarat, and large areas in the state of Maharashtra and a small area in the state of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat regions. Clear? So it is situated in the Deccan Plateau. The basin is bounded by Satpura range on the north, Mahadeo Hills. Do remember, this is most important one. Recently it was in news. And Ajanta range and Satmala Hills on the south, and by the Arabian Sea on the west. Clear? So whenever this southern peninsular India, so which are west flowing, these west flowing rivers generally they are bounded with entire hill regions. So there are high chances the questions which would be framing, they would be framing from these aspects, like they would be framing from these aspects where we would be experiencing the geographical locations. Done. So Ajanta range, Satmala Hills, Mahadeo Hills, all are bounded to this Tapti river, and there are two well-defined physiographic divisions in the basin, like hilly regions and the plains. The hilly regions as usual consist of the Satpura, Satmalas, Mahadeo and Ajanta and Gavilgad hills, and the plain regions cover the Khandesh areas. And the Khandesh is a region of central India which forms the western portion of Maharashtrian state. Do remember, Khandesh, it is western portion of Maharashtrian state, which are broad and fertile, suitable for cultivation. And if you could see the tributaries, the Suki, don't remember this, just one or two tributaries whenever they would be in news, they would be 100% chances are there that we would be having questions from those sections. Done. And if you see the left bank tributaries, Vagur, Amravati, Bura, Panjara, Bori, Girna, Purna, Mona and Sipna. Done. Projects are a bit important. Hatnur Dam of Upper Tapti project, which is present in Maharashtra. Kakraper Ver and Ukai Dam project of Gujarat, and Girna Dam and Dahigam Ver of Girna project. These are highly important for you. So there next comes the Sabarmati river. So the Sabarmati is the name given to the combined streams of Sabar and Hatmati. The Sabarmati basin extends over states of Rajasthan and Gujarat. Do remember this. And the basin is bounded by the most important hills of India, that is Aravalli Hills on the north and northeast, by Run of Kutch on the west and Gulf of Khambat on the south. Do remember the geographical location of these particular basins. And the basin is roughly triangular with Sabarmati river as the base and the source of Vatrak river as apex point. Sabarmati right away originates from Aravalli Hills at very least elevation near the village Tepur in the Udaipur district. Udaipur, it is called a city of lakes, whereby we would be having like Jodhpur, Udaipur. Hope you might have heard about this. It is a district of this Rajasthan region. Done. The total length of river from origin to the outfall in Arabian Sea is 371 km. It is very least. Rainfall in this region is also very least, because when the monsoon enters and reaches these regions, the monsoon would be reducing its length or moisture content to less than 100 centimeters. Clear? And tributaries are Hatmati, Vatrak, Vakal and Sai. Clear? So projects which are on this Sabarmati river, they include Sabarmati Reservoir, Hatmati Reservoir and Meshwar Reservoir project are the major projects which are completed during the plan period. If you see the Sabarmati basin which is present, it is known for huge amount of urban centers. Like Gandhinagar and Ahmedabad are two most important urban centers in this basin, where nowadays Ahmedabad has become the central hub. When the Mumbai has got saturated, Ahmedabad has become the central hub for the industrial base because of availability of cheap labor, availability of capital, availability of raw material. Like say, the cotton textile industry, it has been moved from Mumbai towards Ahmedabad region and towards the Coimbatore region, because Mumbai can't extend more. It is a coastal city. So further what are the reasons why actually Mumbai was chosen is, like earlier we had cheap labor, and the Marwadis and Gujaratis from Gujarat region, they invested in those Mumbai region, and it was an urban center. It had connectivity, it has historical reason, and many other aspects were present why Mumbai was chosen as the central hub for the establishment of industries. But In this 21st century, if you see the Ahmedabad region, the Coimbatore region, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Nagpur, Pune, these urban centers are being opted as the industrial centers. Clear? So if you see, Ahmedabad is an industrial city which is situated on the banks of Sabarmati. Done. So most important, on and often this Ahmedabad would be in news on the industrial basis as an economic geography part which is important for your mains examination. I'll be dealing again about the factors responsible for the location of industries, but just remember the Ahmedabad as one of the most best industrial hubs as of now, and it is the industrial city situated on the banks of Sabarmati river. If you see the important industries which are present, they include textile industries, the leather industries, plastic industries, rubber goods, paper, newsprint, automobile, machine tools, drugs, and pharmaceuticals. The industrial city of Hyderabad poses the danger of water pollution as well. Here. So next comes Mahi River. The Mahi Basin extends in the states of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Gujarat. And if you see, it is also bounded by Aravalli Hills on the north and northwest, and the Malwa Plateau on the east, and by the Vindhyas on the south, and the Gulf of Kambat on the west. And if you see, it originates from northern slopes of Vindhyas at an altitude very least than that of Sabarmati, from 500 meter in the Dhar district of Madhya Pradesh. Just remember them, more than enough, and very least kilometer. And it drains into Arabian Sea again in Gulf of Kambat. Hence, Gulf of Kambat is one of the most important regions which you have to remember. Hydropower stations are located in Mahi Bajaj Sagar Dam, and at Kadana Dam is located. And Vadodara is one of the most important urban centers. As Ahmedabad was on Sabarmati River, Vadodara is one of the important urban centers. There are not many industrial basins, but in near future, Vadodara can become one of the most industrial hubs which can help in the industrial development of India. And Luni River, last comes. See, almost the Luni River, when it originates from the Aravallis ranges, it doesn't even reach. It finally flows into runoff Kutch region and it ends over there. So the Luni River, or the Salt River, which is named so because its water is brackish below the Balotra region, and Luni is the only river basin of any significance in western Rajasthan which forms the bulk of a red zone. So it is somewhat act as a lifeline for the desertified regions. So Luni originates from Aravalli ranges and it flows near to that of Ajmer, flowing in southwest direction, and it has a course of 511 kilometers in Rajasthan. Finally, entering into the run of Kutch region, it gets lost in this marshy lands. So no much significance of this Luni River, but just remember. Clear? So let's crack UPSC CSE with English. The drainage system has been done. I'll be coming up with some other subtopic in the next lecture for you, which is important for your preliminary examination. So please subscribe to Unacademy channel and try to give a hit on the bell icon so that you can get continuous notifications of Let's Crack UPSC CSE English with Unacademy. And do subscribe to this channel, Let's Crack UPSC CSE English with Unacademy, and use my code called as VK10 before you get the subscription done, so that you would be getting 10% discount. And if you have liked this video, please click on the like symbol, and please do share the video as much as you can so that it can reach as much as it can. And if you are feeling some difficulties in some of the topics of geography, please do drop in the comment section or during the live chat, so that whenever I see it later on, I'll make a course on those particular subtopics. Thank you for watching this lesson. Have an awesome day. Jai Hind. Clear? So just 1 minute. So if you would find any doubts, even you can drop in the comment section, so that in the next lectures I can take those doubt clarification session just before the session starts. If you find any doubts, please get on to the Unacademy platform so that you can crack your civil services very easily within the first year of preparation. Done. Thank you.